Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to be looking at the hybrid Templar PvP build. This is probably one of my favourite builds at the moment. It is probably A class, pushing S class for dueling, and probably sitting around B or A class for PvP, so Cyrodiil and the city sewers. It's Templar's not in the best place at the moment, as everyone knows, with Jabs taking a funky animation change and slight debuff, nerf to a lot of its passives on this whole reworking Zenimax is doing to make everything easier for beginning players. So anyway, enough of that chat. Let's get into the build itself. So this is the attributes, this is the unbuff stats, and now I'll provide the buff stats. Running the Lover's Mundus and Jewels of Mishral. You can run whatever you want, but it's cheap. It's not massive stats difference, but I run this on all my builds. So we go into the skills now. So we have Rending Slashes, Binding Javelin, Radiant Oppression, Purifying Light, Biting Jabs, Crescent Sweep, and on the back bar we have Resolving Vigor, Elemental Susceptibility. This skill's changing next patch, and it's going to be even stronger. The point that we might even see this skill with the arena set associated with it being best in slot for both PvP and PvE. Restoring Focus, Living Dark, Honor of the Dead, Temporal Guard. I'm currently not a vamp on this build. I would recommend it for 30% damage mitt. Yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. The sets I'm running. So the Masters or the Stinging Slashes. This is how we get our bleed. It's pretty much, it's kind of a must-have really, and the reason we have a bleed is for Dragon's Appetite. I was a massive fan of Drakins a couple of patches ago. I ran it on my DK, and I sort of ran it on Templar and enjoyed it on Templar, but with the changes to Drakins taking the 10% reduced health healing received, I was sort of looking for an alternative, and I stumbled across a few YouTubers who were talking about this set, so I thought I'd give it a shot on my Templar, and yeah, seems pretty good. Get a nice hill at 10 stacks. It just deals nice amount of damage. Yeah, it's just generally a good all-round set, especially for hybrid. You get 2 lines of stam recovery and weapon damage with it, which is kind of nice. And then we partner that up with Wretch Vitality for the insane recovery that this set gives you. The sustain of this set is a carry massively, especially in hybridization. It's, yeah, you can't really fault it, and it actually allows you to not run a recovery Mundus. Instead, you can run an offensive Mundus. But yeah, so we're in full heavy. You could go 5-1-1, 5-2. You know, just little tweak it round to your play style. But I generally like the 5 heavy just for the extra tankiness. They're all crafted sets, all triglyphs, all divines. And then the jewellery, as you can see, I don't have this purple yet, and it still hits really hard. And I mean, it's actually not going to change massively anyway, because it's only for your sustain. And the extra movement speed, which is a must. Movement speed is a huge mitigation tool in PvP. The faster you are, the harder you are to hit. Then you add lag onto the top of it, and yeah, you can mitigate most incoming damage just by not being in front of them or running through them. We go all spell damage, even though we're running biting jabs, which is because of minor sorcery in the, remember it is Dawn's Wrath here, sorry, here. So you get a massive benefit of running spell damage on any Templar build now, the same as the DK, mag or stand DK running weapon damage because of the minor brutality. We will, so the sort of general offences, you want to be dropping your rune, putting that proc in your, oh yeah, I forgot to say actually, yeah, we're running Vate back bar. This is OP, so strong, especially with partnering with its susceptibility, especially next patch as well. You just have status effects up all the time. So though this is the tooltip, you're actually probably getting between 1 and 1.5k tick a second off the VAT stuff now, and you're applying burning, and you're applying concussed, and you're applying chilled. So yeah, the potential of this set now is really high. We go over ice stuff on the back bar for the mitigation. I wouldn't run infused because we're running these poisons. Which are nice. You could probably get better ones than this, but generally you want to be looking at running something that boosts your spell damage. I've just gone for the stam reduced, increased stam cost poisons, or the double dot poisons on the front bar. Yeah, so you would drop all your buffs, susceptibility, rend into a javelin, jab, round, and execute. Now the better way to run that would be that, jabs, and as it pops, all together. And that's the sort of the strong. So again, round in. Again, applying your light attacks in between each skill. You're kind of looking to put all your dots down. So that, knock them back, jab, or stun them down, sorry. Jab, execute. You're kind of looking to hit them with as much damage as you possibly can just before the power light procs. I'm doing this way too quick, I do apologise. So again, execute. See. Champion points we are running are, come on, get our combat. Champion point tree is very buggy at the moment. Right, so we, come on. The status effects are still proccing on the ads for some reason. So anyway, we are running Deadly Aim, Thermitage, Master at Arms, and Biting Aura. These four affect everything, our main combo. So obviously single target attacks, so that's Power of the Light, Execute, javelin, they all affected by that. Direct damage, that's anything that's not a damage over time. So for instance, I'll just show you on here. A lot of people don't realise this. So direct damage, white number. Direct damage, white number, but you see the orange number? That's a damage over time. Direct damage. Direct damage is the hit, but follow up is dot is a hot. Dot damage over time. So your skills have different places to it. So different types of damage buffs to it. So you've got single target attacks, direct damage. So direct damage, single target is anything that affects just one target. So nothing with an AoE. So jabs is an AoE. Power of the Light is a single target. But jabs does direct damage and so does Power of the Light. So these two here will affect your jabs. These two here will affect your Power of the Light. And then Thaumaturge is your damage over time. So if you were your sweep, your ultimate, the Templar's ultimate, is affected by area of effect because it does the sweep around and hits people in front of you. Direct damage because the initial tick is a white number, so that's a direct damage number. And then the subsequent damage over time, the orange numbers are affected by Thaumaturge. So there's 3 points there that would affect your ultimate. Execute, for instance, the Jesus Beam. It's a single target attack. It only affects one person when you cast it. It does direct damage. And it's a damage over time. I'll show you. Damage over time, see? Orange numbers. It is not white numbers. Okay, it's white numbers on... There is a white number actually. White number at the end. So, damage over time. I might be blocking something else actually. So yeah, these are... You see that? The orange numbers. There we go. So... We're running tri-stat potions. Probably best in slot really, because we get major brutality and sorcery from jabs, which is kind of a nice addition. So that's the build. I hope you all enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.